Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, it's been a while since my last update here on UNH, United Health Group. The reason is simple, not that much people watched my video on that. There was no big interest, so I did not do any videos on that stock, but I want to show you here now my update because my chart doesn't change, guys. Everything is the same. The price goals are the same. I will show you some very special thing here for UNH. Everything, of course, what I say here is not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Guys, I developed some indicators here, and one of those indicators is called the Black Belt Trader Squeeze Calendar Pro. What is that, guys? I made here some logics, or created some logics which are able to calculate potential squeeze days. Let's call it like that. There is never any guarantee, guys, but based on some metrics, there are market cycles and stuff like that, and it is more or less, not everything is predictable, but there is some time range or time dates where you could expect the stock to squeeze, or at least to have a bull run. Of course, UNH is not a massive short squeeze stock. So when we, for example, just see here the last price move here from February 2025 until April 2025, the price move was here in total 38%. So when I talk here about a squeeze, that means just a bullish price action. For UNH, guys, my squeeze calendar here calculated the 18th of August 2025. I marked this date here with the blue line in the chart. This I did by myself. The squeeze calendar is available here in the video description if you want to use that. And I want to show you that it works quite well. As I said, the red day here marks a potential squeeze day. And that means that until this day, the stock should have its bullish breakout. Let's call it like that. I want to simulate now with you together what happens here with UNH. And then, of course, I'll let you know all the price levels here, which I expect for the next days and weeks. And yeah, first of all, we want to check here, focus on the 18th of August, as I said, marked by the blue line. Let's switch off everything. Let's zoom in and let's see what happened here with UNH. This is here the 18th of August. So we use TradingView here, guys. Of course, these trading indicators here are for TradingView, so you need TradingView to use them. If you don't have TradingView, guys, there is also a discount link in the video description. And what we can see already right now, as I said, I marked the day here. Exactly one day before the 18th, we had our squeeze, guys, here, our bullish breakout. So UNH is now up in total here by around 34%. As I said, this stock is not moving very much, but we know already that something caused this breakout here for UNH, guys. Yeah, this is very interesting because, as I said, I have a lot of business logic here, and I'm trading since many years, guys. So, I try to build my knowledge in these indicators. That does not mean that, you can just use indicators and you know how to trade. No, guys, it's just a help, a tool, a learning tool, educational tool for you. But if, as I said, if you want to use that, then you can go here in the video description. Depending on the country, you see also the shop here, the YouTube shop below the video. So, my friends, and let's talk about the price levels now here for UNH. I will switch to the weekly chart right now, because I mentioned that here, if you have seen my previous videos, we know that UNH is, of course, in a super strong uptrend. And here we had our major breakdown here from 607 US dollar. The peak was in here a little bit higher at $630. And we had here now this massive price drop. In my opinion, guys, in my opinion, this is just a dip. So this stock lost 62% of its value. That is a lot, but usually, to be very honest with you, when a stock have a big crash, then even 77, 78, 80% are not unusual. What we still can see, and that was the reason why I made the video here for you on UNH, is that we still keeping here this uptrend. I marked this uptrend in the chart by a white trend line here. And what normally happens in a bullish setup, and UNH is still in a bullish setup, that means we should not see lower lows. So higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, and so on. So we can see that we had here one technical shakeout in 2015. Here was the attempt, 2015. Then the next big candle here, guys, was in March 2020. Everybody knows what happened in March 2020, the fake pandemic here. And then we had a huge, massive breakout squeeze. The market makers create fear in the market. Oh, we have a pandemic, sell your stocks. What the, make your own due diligence, guys. But I just want to show you that this trend line here is active. And as we can see when we zoom in, and I didn't change that trend line at all, guys, you can see that we have here a beautiful knife constellation in the weekly chart, massive shakeout here by the market makers, and with a very strong technical reaction back. And as you can see, the weekly candles here, we are here now in the weekly chart, guys, all these candles here close above this trend line, and that was here a panic shakeout to, trigger stop losses and so on, and we are back. What does that mean, guys? Also, I mentioned that, by the way, before in my latest video, I said that this here is the landing zone, the last point of support for UNH between $271 and $265. This is the bullish landing zone, and you can see that the bulls immediately bought the dip, and we are back now here above this trend channel line. And that means, guys, that of course there could be some accumulation here that could take some weeks and months, but as long as we stay above $297, or let's make it simple, guys, $300, as long as UNH stays above $300, we have a very, very high potential to see here something like a U pattern or a W pattern, right? But to come back here and even create new all-time highs is very, very possible for that stock, as long as they don't dilute. What I usually doing, if you are not interested in trading these kind of big tech stocks here because they're moving very slow, I also have here some short squeeze stocks and breakout stocks available on Patreon. What I'm doing is, guys, I always try to predict breakouts before they happen. Also here, guys, my RSI indicator, this is one example here from last week. My RSI indicator set here 2 alerts. Here are 2 white candles. Yeah, this is also one of the indicators which is available. Then we landed here in this blue algo demand zone. What that was the expected price zone, where I thought, okay, when we come down to this zone, there is a squeeze potential. Here the yellow line marks the day when I posted this on Patreon. This is a 4-hour chart. So a couple of days later, you can see that this stock squeezed 305%. There is never any guarantee, guys, but some things are predictable. And if you also want to see these kind of breakout and short squeeze stocks, then you can join us here on Patreon. The full package membership is my most popular membership, where every day new members joining in, guys. We have a very big and fast growing community, and you get also access to all my content here, including tutorials, member FAQ section. A lot of video content is available there. Even if you're a beginner and don't know how to start trading, I will answer all your questions there. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is also available in the video description, guys. So the game plan here for UNH is quite simple. We are still here in a bullish market setup. And as I said before, for this stock here, sorry, I will zoom out one more time. So what should not happen is that this stock tanks down below $187. So this was the lowest low. Let's assume we will see a bear market, right? Let's just assume we see a bear market. I think that this trend line here is a very strong support, the $300 range. But if, and we know that the market makers can do that, if the market makers create again something like this, a huge sell-off scenario, then we might even come lower than that. But the pit stop should not be below $187. So maybe we retest here $230. Maybe we come even a little bit lower here, $220. We can see that here is also some technical support range in the chart. The market makers create these dips. I would even say, guys, $213. I will draw that line for you here in the chart. I think that some kind of support is waiting here in that range, that this could be a potential price zone if the market turns bearish, if we see something like a market crash, market correction. Don't forget, we have so many new all-time highs. The market is very overheated right now. I also released an S&P 500 video where I explained this in detail. You will find this here on my channel, guys, but keep that in mind. Everything here between $270 and $213 should be the landing zone for UNH if we don't hold the support above $300. Yeah, and then, guys, I mean, we have the super bullish structure. Every time when we had these kind of shakeouts, UNH recovered really, really quick from that. But of course, there's also some resistance levels. Yeah, here, for example, in the $450 range is some strong resistance for the stock. But I mean, from $265 or $300 to $400, $50 is still some way to go. And yeah, that would be here more or less a 50% price run, which is possible in future. My friends, that was the quick and dirty update. I hope that was helpful. If you don't want to miss any updates, or if you want to see more videos on UNH, then please hit the like, the hype, the subscribe button right now. I don't know how many buttons are below this video. Don't forget to check out here the indicators, guys, and our Patreon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, on Monday, the stock market is closed. There's a bank holiday, so we have no trading actions on Monday. But of course, I will not stop to provide here new content for you. My friends, stay sharp. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Arigatou gozaimasu. Vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.